How's it going, guys? My name is Alex and welcome to the most controversial video on this channel. Every single year I'm trying to compare eFootball and FIFA on mobile devices, two games that are kind of competing. But when I talk about mobile devices, EFC is a brand new game. There is a lot of changes this year and it's time to decide once and for all which game is better. Definitely let me know in the comments what do you think about that. So I mainly play football on this channel and many may say that I'm biased, but I try to be as open-minded as possible. This is my best build on FIFA Mobile last season, so I was kind of like following the tendencies, collecting the rewards, playing some games. I wasn't necessarily playing the games because the gameplay was woeful last year. I was playing VS Attack mode though, it was very fun, but mainly I of course was playing eFootball because I was creating content around that. I was running the channel with the clips and the videos from eFootball. Regardless, I think that I'm competent enough to talk about both games. Well, let's start user interface or user experience. A point goes to EFC Mobile because it's just like miles ahead. Even though eFootball has improved, the menus are much more snappier, the colors are kind of better, the dark mode is something that we were waiting for ages, although it's just like EFC or EA Sports is like, it's just completely different level. I think they have a design team that has a budget more than Konami's entire budget for their mobile game, but when it comes down to other aspects of the game, eFootball is better. Well, we'll cover on that in a second, but definitely menus and navigation and the overall feel in that regard is just a win for EFC Mobile, although eFootball is catching up. Speaking about squad building, another very important aspect, I would say that you get different cards, you can pack them, buy them off the market. You can do that definitely with EFC Mobile. You need to reach level 10. In eFootball, you can't really buy them off the market, but you can buy them with a special currency called GPs, which is kind of kills the entire excitement of like sniping a player. It's just like, it's like a game within a game. I was always telling that is something that actually I like trading players. I like making in-game currencies by selling players at the right time, buying players at the right time, and just like building my team because of my good decision on the transfer market alone. And it was really fun for me doing that in FIFA Mobile. And unfortunately, there is no such thing in eFootball, and that's actually a big downside for eFootball. And eFootball is not doing that. There is only one reason I would say, and that is because their pack system and their premium players packs are generating lots of revenue. And if these players will be available on the market, and they should be, because like why wouldn't they? Like why would you limit your market to like only base players, for instance? So if these players are appearing on the market, then these packs will be generating less revenue for the company, and it's all about revenue. If the game is not providing a lot of revenue, the Konami will stop developing. So squad building, I would say in eFootball, it's also interesting. It's a shame that we don't see the chemistry links. For eFootball, you have to have a good manager, and then that's pretty much it. You have to have a good manager, train your players properly. I have training guide videos on my channel, how to get the best manager as well. I'll be making a beginner guide as well. So if you are looking forward to try that game, you need to stay on my channel. But otherwise, I would say FIFA is actually much more interesting. Squad building and customization of players here is on the next level. There is much more different versions of players, and you can also train them like in eFootball. FIFA Mobile allowed you to train players as well, and obviously the training boosters and overall ratings were super hyperinflated in each game, starting from FIFA 16, and it's just like on mobile devices, of course, I'm telling this, and it's just like I didn't really enjoy that. And it looks like they're not going to be boosting the player ratings this season, although I might be wrong. Maybe we'll see 120 rated Vinicius in just like a few months. Speaking of events, it's been a very big problem for a game like eFootball. It's just like same recycled events. It's so easy to brainstorm this. It's like 3 people come up with a cool event, come up with cool rewards, introduce that in game. It's not that difficult, and Konami has the facilities for that. Big man.
Boom.
For EA, AFC, and FIFA Mobile in particular in the past, it's been quite fun. I mean, the events were like fun games which will take you from 30 seconds to 1 minute. You would complete them in no time, and it's just the purpose of the game. It's more about like you're playing the game on a mobile device, like when you're commuting to your studies, when you're going back home, and just like when you want to relax for a bit. this game is just fun. It just like it's fun to complete this event, and that's the most important part. They're creating really nice vibe about their game because these events exist in the game. Now, the most important aspect of a game, and finally a point for a football. A really solid point for a football, and I would say that this point can overweigh all the previous points that were gained by EFC just because it is really important. I'm talking about gameplay. It's been very poor on EFC game, and it's been improved this season. I played a few games. You can see, of course, the comparison of online gameplay. When it comes down to playing realistic football on a device like a tablet or on a device like a phone, I think there's absolutely nothing comes close to football, and you can slander me or call me names or just do whatever you want in the comments. It's just like, it's a fact. eFootball has much better gameplay. It's much more fun to play this game. They also have different type of conditions. So for instance, if a player played well in real life, so that player will have a good condition or A or B condition, and prior to the game he'll have a form arrow, blue or green, that will boost his in-game stats. It just brings that realism, additional realism to your game. I think that the gameplay is really balanced right now. It can be improved definitely if EA Sports is not even coming close to that. And finally, the overall feel, and that is something that I think is very subjective, and I think that for me, eFootball still edges it a little bit. I still will be playing both games. It's just like when eFootball has all the events, I'm not interested in completing them, or like they're redundant, or like I have already covered them in like 1 or 2 hours. I have some spare time. I'm commuting to one place to another. I just like I'm opening FIFA AFC Mobile, and I'm playing that game. It's just like, and I'm having fun, and that's great, and that's because the game is interesting. I really want to open the game. I want to see new packs. I want to see new players. I want to see new events. I want to complete them. I want to build a better team. I want to customize my players, and all of that is just created by this vibe of the game, the licenses, the menus that are very snappy, the fact that you can communicate with people. There's like a whole universe, like a whole ecosystem where you can have friends, you can play friendlies this way, you can send emotes during the game. There is a market. There's always also a way to communicate with other people, because you buy players of real people and they sell you their players. So that's a way to kind of like a non-verbal communication, I would say. So that's like creates a sense of community, a sense of belonging to this community. When you open a football, it feels like you're so isolated. You definitely can play co-op games, you can play 1v1s if you want to, you can share a code, but all of that has to be done through an external app. Sometimes it feels like it's too much hassle, and people prefer to play solo. In an EFC game, you can find a friend through menus, you can send them the request this way. So many different things you can do in this game in that regard. So for that reason, I wouldn't really be saying that there's a clear winner for overall feel. It's just like I will be still continuing doing content around the football because I consider that a superior game. But at the same time, we'll be playing EFC, we'll be trying it out for the next month, seeing how it goes. Maybe the gameplay will be improved. Obviously, I will be creating content around that. No, unfortunately not, because these videos flop on my channel. But regardless, this is the type of video that I like to do every year. And let me know what do you think. Do you agree with me this year, or do you think differently? And I'll see you next.